The Mohawk Valley Center for the Arts in Little Falls presents Local Arts.
What can I see?
Richard Duncan's search for his artistic voice took him from coast to coast, studying drawing and painting in San Francisco and painting at the Museum of Fine Arts in Boston. But it was through the eye of a lens and the call to return to the country that Richard finally found his voice.
I'd been in Boston for about 35 years, and I was getting a lot of green envy. There was not much trees and stuff, and so when I came here, it was such a shock after all the grays and browns and brick tones to come here and just see all the greens, and especially Cooperstown with the big old trees and, you know, beautiful houses and streets. Photographers think a certain way, and I think also they tend to be a little more technical. And with a fine art background, drawing and like that, you tend to look a little differently than you do. The technology is like a handmaiden for me. It's not necessarily the primary thing. I use a Hasselblad 2 1/4. I like it because it's a little more bigger than 35 millimeter and gives you more resolution. But it's not as heavy as a 4x5. One summer, I was working as a caretaker at Ferry Springs, and it was just so beautiful every day. You lived on the water. So I submitted a proposal to the museum, the Fenimore Art Museum, and they liked the idea, and we got funding, and that was the first book, Otsego Lake. And that did so well, we went and did a Cooperstown book, and that was followed by the one that came out at Christmas time, Otsego County. Well, for the last 5 years, it's been, you know, it's been working on these books. And luckily, the people that were behind it just let me go out and be an artist, and then they picked what they thought would go best in the book. It's pretty easy. There's different ways I go out. Some days I just go out and look for things. Other days I'll have an assignment. Some days I'll just drift with the sunlight and, you know, try and find things that catch my soul. It's, to me, photography is like signposts of my evolution, because to me the real art is to transform yourself into, immortal is kind of extreme, but, you know, an enlightened person. So when I see things and I take pictures, that's because I'm attached to that situation. So then I look at the picture and I say, why am I attached? What is attracting me to this? And then it allows me spiritual growth because I can look back and see, you know, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it.
The new book, Otsego County, Its Towns and Treasures, and Richard Duncan's other books can be found at the gift shop at the Farmers Museum. It is open for sugaring off Sundays from 9 to 2 every Sunday in March, or shop online at farmersmuseum.org.